Good evening, everyone. Greetings from Equip Auto 2025. Here we are after the first day, full of great meetings and insight sharing with the stakeholders in the automotive aftermarket industry. Today, I am together with Mubarak Moosa, our associate partner. We will discuss with him what stood out the most of the event today. So, Mubarak, what was your first impressions of the first day at Equip Auto? What key trends and the themes stood out the most for you?
Very interesting day at Equip Auto, my first time here. Before I talk about Equip Auto, just quick highlight about the aftermarket. I mean, it's a known fact that with around 1.5 billion cars on road, aftermarket provides an opportunity to grow, to monetize. The interesting fact is the demography of the car has been changing. On the one side, we have the aging car park. On the other side, we have increasing technology penetration, be it the alternate powertrain or new generation ADAS technologies. Interestingly, what I found today is the suppliers, the distributors, they're targeting both these opportunity areas. A lot more on the technology aspect, starting with electrification, for example. I was at the Texas booth. I looked into their innovation when it comes to the new diagnostic tool that they've launched, along with the charging, movable charging. So you have a charging ecosystem with the diagnostics that can measure the health of the battery and advise workshops. Digital was also an hot topic. I was at the ZF booth, who was talking a lot more about telematics and connectivity and how they leverage that to drive predictive maintenance. They're also talking about the integrated workshop management tools primarily. Other trend that I interestingly found was about the ADAS, and a lot more companies featuring their ADAS sensors, ADAS calibration tools, a lot more insights on that aspect. And last but not the least, talking about OEMs. It's known fact that OEMs are targeting IAM, but this particular trend, in my opinion, is getting more and more stronger. I was at the Stellantis booth. I'm quite fascinated the wide range of the businesses, the brands that the company has launched or showcasing here at Equip Auto. But that said, what are your observations, Hikmet, primarily?
Great. Thank you. Thank you, Mubarak, and interesting observations. What stood out most for me actually was the strong focus on the circular economy. There is a dedicated village where companies and initiatives are coming together and showcasing their solutions and also exploring the partnership opportunities. That was quite interesting. We had opportunities to meet few of them. For example, the Renault with the future is neutral with company with their focus around the battery recycling, their remanufactured engine. It was interesting. Stellantis had a great focus on with their sustain era initiative. They are fully focused on sustainability, circular economy initiatives as part of their circular economy focus. But it's not only limited with the suppliers like Valeo or different companies are actually showcasing their remanufactured product, including the clutches to electronics, brake pads to the battery. So that's really interesting for me. And also, I'm excited to see that it's not about the marketing efforts, but these are real solutions, real products which are available today in the market. And I also observe that they are becoming affordable. So I think together with all of these efforts from these companies, we will see a lot of more sustainable and recycled, reused, or remanufactured product in the industry. But having said that, actually, we are doing a lot of projects with our clients, helping them to tackle their solutions with the workshops, because if we are talking about aftermarket, workshops are actually the backbone of this industry. So what did you observe? What solutions companies are bringing to the workshops to overcome their challenges in this, let's say, transforming mobility ecosystem?
That's a brilliant question. And you're absolutely right. When you said workshop becomes a backbone, they are even more becoming an integral part in terms of driving the brand sales, in terms of driving the product sales overall. What is key for us to point out here is the fleets. More than 50% of the car sales in Europe are fleet vehicles, number one. And number two, you have an increasing in share of DIFM, do it for me customers. And for both these customer groups, the workshops are the first point of contact when it comes to servicing, right? So that's why they play a very crucial role. But this particular workshop community that you're talking about, I've been facing a lot of different challenges. I'm quite pleased when I look at the companies, be it tier one suppliers or even the ITGs, the distribution groups. They have come out with solutions targeting to address their challenges. Quite impressively, many of these solutions are digital oriented, talking about, say, digital parts catalog. Number one, quite fascinated to see a lot of suppliers and including the ITGs offering that. Number two, digital parts ordering platform, quite established one. digital training. Training is quite important when it comes to workshop landscape. There's a lot more challenge when it comes to upskilling to service the new generation vehicle. So quite impressed to see the market has been addressing these solutions overall.
It was again great to see what are the innovations taking place in the automotive aftermarket industry. We have a lot of clients that we are supporting them to tackle their challenges, how to thrive in this changing and transforming mobility and the aftermarket ecosystem. So if you would like to hear more about us, feel free to reach us all the time. Thank you very much and have a nice evening. Thank you, Mubarak, for your time.
Thank you.